and action. I'm Kellen Osby with what you can expect from Theater MSU's new fall season.
Demolition Derby. Soon a very popular place on campus will be torn down. Find out what coming up.
Amateurism or unpaid professionalism? This is Van Phillips from Take 30 News. Stay tuned to find out if there's a difference between the two in the world of college athletics.
Booze it and lose it. This is Darby Sue Steelstra with Take 30 News. Hear about an MSU student and his run-in with the law.
Welcome to Take 30 News Show. I'm Rebecca Fox.
And I'm Richard Hill. We can find our community a little more safe every night thanks to new Sober Ride programs.
Yes, Take 30's Darby Sue Steelstra has a story on a student who learned about these new options a little too late.
While Michael may enjoy a cold one from time to time, what he does after drinking has now changed.
I wasn't much scared. I was more mad about the whole situation than scared. Because, I mean, whenever I went in, I got thrown in a drunk tank with all the other drunk people, and they were just talking. Everybody was trying to be like buddy with me, and I was like, I don't want to be here.
In years past, people had to rely on friends to get home. In August of 2018, new rideshare programs like Uber found their way to Starkville, Mississippi, giving the public new, safe options to get home.
We just go to the district, see which one has the most people most of the time. Or if one has a cover, we just pick the one that doesn't have a cover.
With so many ways to find a sober ride home, people are saying there are no excuses for drinking and driving. While Michael shared that he was embarrassed of his past, he is thankful to have a new perspective on drinking and driving and hopes that other people take advantage of the resources the area now has.
I'm screwed. That's just basically the whole thing. I was just like, oh well.
While driving under the influence is still a big issue, Sergeant G. Brandon Lovelady pulled a public record of DUIs in Starkville. There were far fewer arrests for DUIs in August 2018 than in August 2017, showing these rideshare programs are helping to make the community a little safer every night.
I mean, it definitely helps. It takes drunk drivers off the road, and that's never a good thing. No need to put other people in danger.
In Starkville, this is Darby Sue Steelstra with Take 30 News.
Yesterday, President Trump tweeted that he has given the okay on releasing the full transcript of his phone call with the president of Ukraine. This tweet comes in the wake of a series of news stories about a whistleblower who claims that Trump pressured the Ukrainian president into investigating former Vice President Joe Biden's son. Trump, however, tweeted that this is untrue and the call was very friendly and totally appropriate. In light of the president's phone call with the Ukraine, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has announced that the House will begin an impeachment inquiry into him. In a short speech, Pelosi said that the president's actions have seriously violated the Constitution and that the House will begin the impeachment process after months of pressure from many Democrats. President Trump equated the announcement to harassment and bad for the country. This week also saw Iranian President Hassan Rouhani state that America, not Iran, is responsible for terrorism in the Middle East. In an interview on Fox News, Rouhani called out the U.S.'s military actions in Syria after Trump gave a speech in which he criticized Iran. Rouhani used Syria as an example of what he believes is American terrorism and claimed that wherever America has gone, terrorism has expanded in the wake. A popular place on campus will soon meet the wrecking ball. I spoke with some people who aren't too happy with it. Opinions on Rice Hall vary tremendously from student to student. Ed Preston, who uploaded this video to YouTube in 2016, explained some of the issues she faced while living there.
And the ceilings are really gross. My original plan was to hang the tapestry from the ceiling, but the ceiling, and kind of gross, it was crumbling when I tried to put the nail in. Right next to my dresser, I have my microwave, which is too powerful to use for the electrical system that Rice has, so I have to unplug everything before I can use it.
Others, like student and user Caitlin, had very positive experiences, as she describes in this post.
I stayed at Rice my freshman year and I thought it was great. Rice was and still does feel like home. If I had the chance, I would definitely stay at Rice again.
Former Rice Hall RA, Ailish Lynch, also enjoyed her time there as an RA.
Well, all the students I encountered at Rice, I had very positive experiences with. They were all very welcoming. Rice had a really good community. You know, everyone left their doors open. I felt that people were very satisfied living there.
Nonetheless, the good does not outweigh the bad, as the Department of Housing and Resident Life announced that they will be starting the demolition process of Rice Hall starting next summer. In less than a year, this building, which was one of the tallest and largest dormitories on campus, will be shorter than this railing in front of it.
Last year we got some feedback from the students who were living there in Rice, and for the most part they enjoyed it. There are just some nuances with Rice Hall that, as it's a bit older and dated, they wanted something new and refreshing. They liked the community feel, just want to upgrade the facilities. And as we looked at upgrading the facilities, we realized it's not cost efficient.
Ready or not, Rice Hall will be leaving MSU, but its legacy will last forever. This has been Richard Hill for Take 30 News.
No word on that actual start date, but they say they're starting sooner rather than later.
Lowndes County and Columbus are both set to receive some disaster relief money from the federal government. Announced by Columbus Mayor Robert Smith, individuals in serious need can get up to $33,000 in aid for assistance for disaster-related housing repairs, construction, and certain other needs through the individuals and household programs. Even more burn bans have been announced this week, with Montgomery, Lauderdale, and Lee County all being added to the list of counties not allowed to do any outdoor burnings of any kind. Adams County was given a burn ban just last week, and none of the bans will expire until the middle of October. Over the weekend, a mother and her 2-year-old child went into Columbus Lake after the mom drove straight off a boat ramp. Columbus police say, luckily, before they arrived, a friend called by the mother managed to break open a window and get both her and her child to safety. Police Chief Fred Shelton said he would never advise anyone to do what the friend did, but that is a hero nonetheless. At this time, the case is ongoing with no names or further details given out by police. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. That's the message Starkville is trying to get out to our community. There are so many recyclable materials wasted in a day. Starkville is trying to cut down the waste by placing bins all around town and even picking it up at your home on Wednesdays. Starkville is also encouraging Mississippi State students to recycle by installing more recycle bins around campus labeled trash or recycle. Then we'll give a description below on what is classified as recyclable. Coordinator of Industrial Recycling, Carla Jones, spoke with me about some ways you could not only recycle, but also reduce and reuse in everyday life.
The amount of energy and water that we use every day. If you're not in the room, make sure you turn off your lights. For reusing, we suggest maybe that you buy a refillable water bottle.
There are many ways you could make the earth greener. Contact the campus-wide recycling program located in the gas building or call Industrial Recycling at 662-324-0930 for more information. Big money donor Ed Meek took back his $5.3 million donation to Ole Miss earlier this week. Ole Miss has removed Meek's name from the News Media and Journalism building after Meek made a racist comment on a Facebook post from last year. Meek commented on a photo of 2 African-American women wearing short dresses, saying, "This is threatening the economy of Ole Miss." He later apologized. Meek has redirected his money to a nonprofit organization called CREATE, which owns the Northeast Mississippi newspaper. Meek says he is very disappointed in how the university treated him, but will continue to love Ole Miss for years to come. Lock your doors. That's what Jackson police are highly encouraging after 2 cars were stolen, wrecked into each other just yesterday. 36-year-old Corey Bridges has been charged with auto theft and felony filing. Bridges was found only a mile from the scene of the accident, desperately seeking medical attention. For the second vehicle, the occupants still are an ongoing investigation, so no further information has been released. When we come back, we'll have a first look at the weather for the rest of the week. Then it's all about pageants and puppies and the Golden Triangle on Take 30 News.
Take 30 News is the only student-powered television news program at Mississippi State.
We've got the latest weather report.
We go far and wide to tell you the stories you need to hear from your campus. From parking.
Parking spots are becoming more and more scarce.
To sports.
Also, the opening of the new Polkdemit Stadium.
To how to stay healthy.
It is supposed to lessen your symptoms.
Take 30 News is the news you need, wrapped in maroon and white.
Flight. It's driven mankind's dreams for centuries. the ability to soar above the earth, to travel to faraway places, to connect distant points. Manned flights to the moon and space were once the stars for which we reached. Now, unmanned aircraft are the future. At Mississippi State University, our teams are developing unmatched unmanned aircraft systems for an array of critical applications. We're so good at it, the Federal Aviation Administration named MSU a Center of Excellence in the field, asking us to lead the team that's creating the operating regulations for unmanned aircraft systems worldwide. So essentially, we're writing the flight plan for an industry that is the future. Our work means better information, more opportunity, and limitless horizons for you. The sky really is the...
After a lot of summer heat, it looks like fall is beginning to poke its head around the corner. I know I've certainly noticed the leaves are starting to fall a little bit.
Yes,
Yeah.
me too. And heading into the week, the weather will show that. While it's not time to throw on your jackets just yet, you can expect temperatures around 92 degrees going forward, only going as high as 94, but getting as low as the 60s at nighttime. We'll also have plenty of shade with cloudy skies throughout the week, and with low chances of rain, this will be the perfect weekend for any outdoor activities.
This forecast was brought to us by Campus Connect. For an up-to-date forecast, you can always visit weather.msu.edu. You should know that it's not just football season at MSU, it's also pageant season. Take 30's Jay Stanley gives us the breakdown on what you can expect for the beauty contest.
A group of students are competing for a chance to become a part of history here at Mississippi State. The annual Miss MSU pageant will take place this Friday night. This is a huge opportunity for the contestants because this pageant is a preliminary competition to the Miss Mississippi and Miss America programs. I had the chance to speak with one of the participants and the pageant director about their expectations on the upcoming event.
And I'm super pumped for Miss MSU this Friday. I'm looking forward to making great friends with all these amazing girls.
This year we have a good turnout with 17 girls competing in the Miss MSU pageant. We expect a great turnout on this Friday.
Pageant supporters should also be informed that you can vote for Miss MSU fan favorite by logging on the Miss MSU Facebook page and liking the pictures of your favorite contestant. The contestant with the most likes will be crowned as the fan favorite.
Pageant directors do recommend early arrival because they are expecting a packed house. Who do you think will win this year's Miss MSU pageant? Find out this Friday night. I'm Jay Stanley with Take 30 News.
This event will take place at 7 p.m. in Bettersworth Auditorium in Lee Hall. General admission tickets are $15, while student tickets are only $10. Students must purchase tickets in person in room 314 of the Colbert Student Union.
Are you looking to expand your family with a furry friend? If not, a local animal shelter still needs your help. Unfortunately, most cats and dogs are in shelters due to being unwanted or sick with something terrible. The Tupelo Humane Society is looking to overcome these obstacles of a pet being unadoptable due to heartworms by hosting an event. For its second year in a row, Music, Meat, and Mutts will be a fundraising event taking place in early October, strictly focusing on their heartworm-positive residents getting the treatments they need. We had the privilege to speak with the shelter director, Sarah Jackson.
We're going to have our Mead Music Mutts event, which is raising money to heartworm sponsor hopefully all the animals that we have here in the facility that are heartworm positive, in hopes to clear that hurdle for their adoptive families, either here locally or maybe we can even get them treated and send them up north.
The event will be held at Queens Metairie on October 12th from 5 to 7 p.m. Tickets will be $35 to purchase one. You can find a list on the Music, Meat, and Mutts Facebook page or give the shelter a call at 662-205-4221. Looking for a good play to watch? Mississippi State's got you covered. Found out after the break what MSU Theater is putting together this year.
The sense of place. We all have it. Often grown from deep roots in small-town communities. At Mississippi State University, our Carl Small Town Center is strengthening these ties. With nearly 40 years of making a difference, we're revitalizing communities into welcoming places to work, live, and congregate. By weaving together the best pieces of our past with modern technology and amenities, we're creating the hometowns of the future. places where lifetime memories can be made, where you have all the things you need, along with all the things you want. Through partnerships with our communities, we're identifying improvement opportunities, recommending paths forward, and creating the plans for a better tomorrow. With every simple click, our world becomes more interconnected, open, and vulnerable. At Mississippi State University, we're targeting online criminals and training the next generation of cybersecurity experts. That's great news for the military, Fortune 500 companies, and local law enforcement agencies who depend on our graduates in the fight against malware attacks and other cyber threats. By imagining the attacks that could happen, our student-led teams are learning to stop the ones that will. It's part of a nationally ranked program at the only civilian university that's helping train Navy personnel in cybersecurity, where we're writing the code for the future of online defense. That's why, in an age where many of the biggest threats we face go unnoticed from behind a screen, it's good to know that Mississippi State is on the other side, protecting our online identity with every simple click.
A big play is underway right now.
Take 30's Kellen Osby shows us what the students at Theater MSU are working on now and throughout the semester.
MSU students have been working hard on and off stage to bring to the public some exciting content. This semester, Theater MSU will be showing The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis and Beowulf, both familiar stories to the general public.
I've never seen or heard of another production. I've never seen any production of it done before. So being able to create a character from the book and the play itself has just been really exciting and fun to do.
Now you see me, and now you don't. Magic on the McComas main stage is where all the magic happens. Students from different majors and backgrounds come together to create a live action version of some familiar stories. Students are now rehearsing for the first show of the fall semester, The Magician's Nephew. Theater MSU has 2 new shows every semester, each directed by Cody Stockstill and Tim Matheny.
It's a big task, and I think for audiences that come in and watch an hour show, they enjoy it and they kind of see the whole package and sometimes don't realize, no, this has been hours and hours and weeks of preparation to give you this 1 hour of entertainment. And so, but it's all worth it when you see an audience that really has enjoyed a show.
I'm Kellen Osby for Take 30 News.
You can check out Theater MSU's The Magician's Nephew on September 28th and 29th with a production of Beowulf coming alive November 20th through the 24th. From the stage to the screen, MSU's brand new film club had their first workshop yesterday afternoon. The film club, called The Scene, is a newly created organization meant to focus on producing student-driven films. Instead of watching movies, the club members will be making them. Their first workshop went over pre-production for filmmaking, with the club planning on holding many workshops to develop their craft and learn how to make short films to hopefully compete in film festivals one day. The head of the club, Caroline Matheny, shared her vision for The Scene.
For The Scene, our goal is just to kind of get more people to kind of know the knowledge and the basic foundation of filmmaking so that they can kind of learn about that process so that later as they get more interested in making films themselves, or if they just want to learn it, they have that opportunity to hear about it.
Students interested in The Scene can find out more about it through the Engage online website. Now from the arts, let's go over to sports with Take 30's Ben Phillips.
Thank you, Rebecca. I'm Ben Phillips, and coming up next in the sports world, money, 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 money. But how someone is being left in the dark for the most part. Highlights from this weekend's SEC football conference game opener, and more coming up next.
Everyone remembers their favorite teddy bear, the reassuring love of their first puppy. They comforted us and made us laugh. For children battling abusive situations or post-traumatic stress disorder, the memories aren't as pleasant. That's why at Mississippi State University, we're pioneering a robotic technology that brings healing to those exposed to traumatic situations. Known as TheraBot, MSU's robotic beagle includes lifelike features that allow it to move in ways that are both natural and nurturing. Its ultimate goal? To bridge the gap between two types of effective therapy, using real animals and their plush counterparts for emotional assistance. At MSU, we're proud to be changing the game in therapeutic recovery. Even prouder to be putting lives back together again. Discovery. It tells our history and determines our future. At Mississippi State University, we're digging deep, unlocking an understanding of our past, validating it. Middle East exploration by faculty and students is uncovering evidence that unravels ancient mysteries. Scholars have long thought of the biblical kings David and Solomon as mythological figures. Our research offers evidence that supports their existence, boosting MSU into an international league of experts on archaeology. Now we're changing the way people think about the past, opening up new possibilities of understanding for future generations. Digging deeper, learning more.
College athletics is a real cash cow, and we fans are definitely feeding it. Let's take a look at where your money could be going. When you think about college athletics, you think about football and basketball. And depending on wherever else you live in the country, everything else seems to fall in place. And you also think about how everyone tends to make a lot of money. Well, not everyone. Let's look at that perspective from a different lens.
Dr. Greg Tweetmeyer, Mississippi State University kinesiology professor with a PhD revolving around sports philosophy, sports ethics, and sports history, will be giving his opinion on the topic. He is also a former collegiate athlete in the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics.
The NCAA hasn't paid their labor, hasn't paid the students generating the revenue for a long time, but that doesn't mean it's good. But they hide behind that idea because it continues to give them free labor. Athletic directors are making a lot of money. The guy selling peanuts isn't making a lot of money, but he's getting paid for his work. But the people that are generating all that revenue, that are attracting the eyeballs, they get nothing. That doesn't make sense.
I reached out to Mississippi State's athletic director, John Coyne, and the athletic communication department as a whole. They declined to comment on the matter.
And the second is that a lot of the players aren't on a full ride. So this claim that they're all going to school for free is often, in many cases, not even true. Never mind the fact that it's not a good deal.
According to the Next College Sports Athlete Sports.org, NCSA, that only 1% of student athletes receive full ride scholarships.
Take 30 minutes. This is big. Last year, Mississippi State went to Lexington, Kentucky to face the Wildcats as a 10-point favorite, according to OddsShark Sportsbook, before they lost 28-7. This year, they were a 5.5-point favorite here in Starkville. They not only covered the spread, but got some revenge by a score of 28-13, along with a 1-0 start in SEC play. After a tough but satisfying victory, Coach Moorhead had this to say about the game.
It's going to take poise, passion, and precision. Certainly, we saw a lot of it at times, a little left to be desired at others, but at the end of the day, played a complementary offense, defense, and special teams game. Did enough to win, and we knew heading into this season, we're going to have to fight, scratch, and claw, and do whatever we need to do to go 1-0 on a weekly basis, and challenge the kids on Sunday, and they responded, so I'm very proud of them.
This weekend, your Bulldogs will be heading to Jordan-Hare Stadium in Auburn, Alabama to face the Auburn Tigers, who they beat in Starkville by a score of 23-9 last season. This year, they are big underdogs at -11, but your Bulldogs have been underdogs before. That's all for Take 30 Sports. Now, the sports fans, don't worry. We've got you covered on what events you can look forward to next week. Up next on Take 30 News.
Remember the teacher who inspired you most, or the professional who motivated you to do your best? From dedicated faculty and staff to generous scholarships, Mississippi State's College of Education provides opportunities to those who want to make a difference. Graduates enjoy high job placement across the state, as well as opportunities in graduate and professional schools. So why wait? Earn your degree and start changing tomorrow through education today.
You hear about it most every week in the fall. Some player, somewhere, is fighting for his life after a head injury. Those are the days when the game stops being a game. So I started thinking about armors in nature. For example, rams are protected when they collide. Could that guiding principle be applied to football helmets? We're replicating this process with the hopes of reducing concussions. We're taking strides to save lives. Why do we do this? For the praise? To be esteemed as research pioneers? No, not at all. This is for them, the kids, and making sure the game keeps being a game.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for tonight.
From everyone here at Take 30 News, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll see you back here next week.